Good afternoon to you, wherever you may be in this glorious county. Humboldt Crabs baseball is on the air. Hi, I'm Hoke Holcomb, along with my broadcasting buddy, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer, coming to you from the Don Turbush announcer's booth high atop the Arcata ballpark, located just a block from the historic plaza in downtown Arcata. And this afternoon, a Father's Day extravaganza at the ballpark. It is a gorgeous afternoon. It's definitely a sunblock day as folks are applying the sunblock and getting their hats on, because it's a picture-perfect summer afternoon. Even though summer's still a few days away officially, it definitely has arrived on the North Coast. We have had spectacular weather for what has been, to date, a great two-game series. Two of the three games played. The Crabs lost the first one 3-2 in a nail-biter on Friday night, and came back to win yesterday afternoon in 11 innings by a score of 7-6.
That was a great ball game yesterday. That was definitely the best ball game we've had this season.
And that was a game that it looked like the Crabs were going to take to the bank in the ninth inning. They led by 4 runs going into the ninth inning. They led by 3 runs with 2 outs in the ninth inning, and 3 consecutive clutch at-bats by the Seattle Studs, to give them a lot of credit for coming back to tie it up in the ninth inning. And then, as I say, it went to the 11th. In the bottom of the 11th, McCarthy Tatum, who had had a rough series to that point, had not gotten a base hit, had a rough night, a rough day on the mound in the ninth inning yesterday. McCarthy Tatum comes up and gets a leadoff single in the bottom of the 11th inning. And following McCarthy's base knock, we had a base hit by, who got that base hit? By Jackson Critch, who's been getting all kinds of hits lately. Jackson's been on a tear. So the Crabs had runners in first and second, nobody out. And one of the newer Crabs who just joined the team in Reading last week, Shaggy Cantu, came to the plate and laid down as good a bunt as you can imagine. He was going for a sacrifice, but it was such a perfect bunt that he beat it out at first base. The pitcher should not have thrown to first base. He elected to do so. He threw wildly into the outfield, and coming in, scampering in with the winning run then was McCarthy Tatum, and the Crabs prevailed. This series, Benjamin, with the Studs, has provided over the years some very exciting baseball, and the general manager, or one of the folks involved with the Studs, printed out the scores of all the games between the Crabs and the Studs over the years. And you know what? If we win this afternoon, we'll even the series at 8.
Wow. Yeah.
And the very first series, or the very first game we played them, you may recall, way back in 2002 up in Gresham. It was part of the All-American tournament that the then Portland Aloha Knights convened. And we defeated the Studs in that ball game to win that tournament. And we have, in the interim, played 15 other games. They've won 8 of them total. We've won 7. So you talk about 2 evenly matched teams. These 2 qualified.
And Friday night was a 3-2 ball game, and yesterday was a 7-6 ball game.
In 11. Yeah. So we're hoping for another great contest today. Of course, we are a little biased in terms of who we'd like to win the ball game, but we certainly prefer either of Friday or Saturday's games to the kind of contest we had the previous weekend, where at the end of the 3 games, I think Benjamin calculated we had scored 41 runs and our opponents had scored 1. That's not a lot of fun for anybody. But it certainly has been the first 2 games of this series. You can probably hear in the background, yes, of course, the Crabgrass Band is here for the Father's Day extravaganza, and the crowd is still coming into the ballpark. And my guess, if past is prologue, they'll be coming into the park well into the third or maybe even the fourth inning, as the lines are pretty long. Father's Day, always a special day at the Arcata Ballpark. The Studs have different uniforms on today. They're kind of cool. Kind of cream-colored pants and tops with black numerals on the back, and Cheney Studs.
See, that's a
logo
classic
on the front.
look. See, that looks great.
It's like a Yankees.
It's
Looks
cool.
like a
It's
Yankee,
clean.
yeah.
It's clean. It's simple design. Not a bunch of stripes everywhere.
And also, you can read the numbers.
You can read the numbers. It's not all swirly and weird.
Well, we're going to have to.
That's the one thing I will say.
For the Studs.
Style-wise, I'm going to give it to the Studs.
Well, the uniforms that the Crabs wore yesterday, I think there has to be some kind of adjustment.
The Crabs' home uniforms are cool. I mean,
yeah, the Crabs,
good.
the traditional whites, which the Crabs are in today, also a very classy look. But the uniforms that they debuted yesterday they're kind of interesting.
Those got to go.
Benjamin doesn't like it. They're kind of a swirly. My objection is less aesthetic, because Benjamin is the aesthete in the booth. But my objection is that you can't read. It's very difficult to read either the name or the number. They're both on the back, but they're just almost unintelligible.
Form follows function.
Yes, that's true in architecture. Yes,
should be. It should be true in aesthetics in general. Form follows function.
Yeah. So Benjamin doesn't like a lot of the rococo, a lot of the frou-frou.
I'm a Bauhaus man myself.
Okay, all right. Well, we got a good house today. And folks are going to have a wonderful afternoon. If you're within the sound of our voice and you want to make it by the fourth inning, you could probably get in by then. We do want to tell you what's going to be happening. This is our last home game for, we won't be back till a week from Tuesday. However, we're going on the road this week. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're playing in Healdsburg. And Liam Werner is going to be there to broadcast the games. They will be broadcast on our radio affiliate that we've been with all these years, KGOE, here in the inland, or in the in the North Coast area, and we are hoping that broadcast will also be streamed, because KGOE has a streaming service. We are very doubtful that there's any way that's going to be on YouTube. We don't think we're going to be able to bring you a picture, but you can go to KGOE and find out how you can hear the games streamed on your computer, but you won't get the visual. And then after those two games, we'll take Thursday off, and a weekend series will be played against the San Luis Obispo Blues, another old and storied team in summer collegiate baseball. So we'll be in San Luis Obispo for games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All of their games are streamed. So you just need to go to San Luis Obispo Blues Baseball, follow the directions, and you'll be able to see the game on YouTube just as you see it here. And, of course, the announcers for those games will be the San Luis Obispo announcers. All right, let me give you the starting lineup for the visiting Seattle Studs. Leading off in center field, Landon Riker. Hitting second in left field, Jacob Hirsch. Batting third and doing the catching, Ken McCormick. Hitting cleanup at first base, Brennan Hancock. Batting fifth, slick fielding shortstop, Matt Zoba. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Tanner Arrington. In the seventh slot, right fielder Henry Cheney. Batting eighth at second base, Cody Banks. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Kyle Bowe. On the mound for the Studs, Alex Spauman. And now for the Humboldt Crabs, here's Benjamin to give us the Crabs lineup.
All right, thanks, Ho. Kellen Strom in left field leads it off. Coco Figueredo at third base bats second. Jackson Critch at second base bats third. McCarthy Tatum will bat cleanup and be the DH. Ramon Enriquez at first base bats fifth. Johnny Mendoza will be the catcher and bats sixth. Shaggy Cantu at shortstop bats seventh. Otis Stratum is in right field and bats eighth. And Bronson Grubbs in center field bats ninth. Andrew Trotner on the mound for the Crabs.
And now let's pick up our national anthem.
All right, well done. Who was that? Christine Escalante with the national anthem today. All right. So the Crabs out on the field taking their warm-ups. It's Barry Smith Construction Day at the ballpark today. At least they're having the picnic, but it's also Pearson Giveaway Day. And I got my lottery my lottery ticket when I came in, and I'm hoping to win that giant hammer.
Well,
I don't really need a barbecue or tools. I'm not a handy kind of guy. I don't really use tools, or I don't really garden, although I'd like to. But anyway, but that giant hammer.
I don't think they're giving away the giant hammer today.
I'd really like to win that.
It would be nice, but see, I didn't get one of those tickets for the.
Well,
drawing.
if I win something good,
I'll split it with
I'll
me.
happy to turn it over to you.
I'll tell you, if we win something good, we can turn it over to Food for People and let them.
That's very
make
good.
a
We
little-
could give it to Food for
little
People
money.
and let them sell it off. It looks like an electric cooker down there and a Makita tool. Looks like a drill of some kind. And there's a looks like a hardware chest down there from Stanley. And
Well, we generally do not allow smoking in the ballpark, but the big gift today is a smoker.
is that a smoker?
Yeah, it's an electric.
Oh, electric
Bullet
bullet
smoker.
Why would you want to smoke bullets?
I don't know. Probably if you're having
Sounds dangerous.
an NRA picnic, perhaps, would be the reason. All right. Taking his warm-up pitches on the mound is Alex Troutner. Troutner has the unusual facility of being able to throw with both his right and his left hand. I don't know how that takes place during a game. We'll have to see.
Well, I wonder if does he switch depending on the battery faces, or.
Well, I was thinking that, but he's
That's got to take a lot of time, and he's only got one glove.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's only got a glove for his
So maybe it
left
depends
hand.
on the lineup. If it's a primarily left-handed lineup, then he pitches right-handed, and if it's primarily, or if he comes in relief, he can be used in relief against a particular hitter or something like that.
Good point. Good point. Troutner pitched 1 inning in Reading, did not give up any runs.
Leading things off for the Seattle Studs, number 10, Landon Riker.
Landon Riker to lead off for the Studs.
And you notice the Studs all wear their socks high. See, that looks really good.
Well, they did today because they're wearing their uniforms are
looks good with that uniform.
Yeah, the slacks are shorter than most, and so they wear the
that's
high socks. I think it looks good.
That looks great.
Riker 1 for 5 in yesterday's ball game, right-handed hitter. Troutner rocks into the windup, and his first pitch is taken a bit inside, 1-0. Johnny Mendoza in the crouch behind the plate will set the Crabs defensively after this 1-0 offering. Riker takes a called strike 1. Ramon Enriquez at first base today, Jackson Critch at second, Shaggy Cantu, the shortstop, Coco Figueiredo at third. The 1-1. Ground ball down to the third baseman, fielded there by Figueiredo. Throw across the diamond, 1 up, 1 down in the Studs' first inning. In the outfield for the Crabs, it's Kellen Strom in left, Bronson Grubbs, the center fielder, and Otis Statham in right field. Jacob Hirsch coming to the plate, left-handed hitter. Hirsch yesterday had a good day, 2 hits and 3 official at-bats. He takes a called strike. He also had a sacrifice fly. Single, a triple, and a sac fly. Good afternoon. The next pitch to Hirsch misses. An off-speed pitch is outside, and the count even at 1. Just underway on this Father's Day Sunday. The 1-1 pitch is grounded right back to the pitcher. Troutner's got it. Underhands to the first baseman Enriquez. 2 up, 2 down.
So routine play there, eh?
I'd say rather routine.
So it's exactly like the play yesterday, that you insisted was a hit.
All of the games that are played here in the ballpark are now video recorded and preserved on on YouTube. So you can go and catch the Crabs action any game you want to see. First pitch is a strike to Ken McCormick. McCormick had a good day yesterday, too. Single and a double in 5 trips. 6 trips. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. Troutner ahead now. No balls and 2 strikes. Anyhow, you can see that disputed ground ball that Benjamin scored erroneously as an error. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball. Got him swinging. McCormick down on strikes, and the Studs are down in order in the first. And at the end of half an inning, it's Seattle nothing, and the Crabs coming to bat. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KJOE 1480, RK Eureka.
The world famous Crabgrass Band, ladies and gentlemen. 15. At the Annex, root beer floats and ice cream sundaes available at the Annex, folks. On a beautiful Father's Day Sunday, for a shout out to Ben Cheney, Brad and Caroline, son of Cheney Studs founder Ben Cheney.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Looking for a better bank? Try a better credit union. Introducing Compass Community Credit Union, formerly California State and Federal Employees Credit Union. They're now open to the community, offering absolutely free checking with 0 requirements and super low rates on loans to help with all your banking needs. You can call them at 800-440-8662 or visit compassccu.org. New name, same great credit union since 1951.
It'll be Kellen Strom, Coco Figueiredo, and Jackson Critch to face a big right-hander, Alex Spahman, S-P-A-H-M-A-N. Spahman, 6'4", 230-pounder. And the first pitch is hit foul, out of play, strike 1.
Stats. Thank you, sir.
Strawman comes into the ball game having only had 9 plate appearances for the Crabs. He's got 3 base hits.
Kellen Strom comes in batting .333 with a
high bouncer to the second baseman. He goes up the ladder, throw to first just in time. Good play by the second baseman, Cody Banks, to get the speedy Kellen Strom by a step, 1 down in the Crabs' first inning, and that'll bring up Coco Figueiredo.
Coco comes in hitting .319, .484 on base percentage. Well, I would say, having watched this Seattle team over the weekend, their strong point is their defense. They're very tight.
Well, they made 4 errors yesterday.
That's true, though. They made some really good plays yesterday, though.
Yeah, they did. First pitch is taken for a called strike 1.
I mean, you can't really count the pitcher's error. I mean,
yeah, that's true. The next pitch is taken for a called strike. Or the one
I was going to say, and you're disputing the second one and third one anyway, so.
Actually, the pitcher's made 2
errors. And that was a pitcher,
yeah. 0-2 to Figueiredo. Fouls it off to the left and out of play. Slight breeze blowing out. Not as strong, certainly, as yesterday. The 0-2. Fastball outside, 1-2.
And today it seems to be blowing more towards left field. Yesterday it was blowing pretty much out towards dead center.
Dead center, yeah.
But today it's more blowing towards the freeway.
The 1-2 to Coco Figueiredo. Line drive past the shortstop into center field for a base hit. Figueiredo picks up the first base knock of the ball game for the Crabs, and with one out and a runner on first, Jackson Critch coming to the bat.
Jackson Critch batting .375, a .509 on-base percentage, and a .725 slugging average.
Jackson also leads the club with 14 runs batted in.
Yeah, some spectacular numbers early on.
That's more than one run batted in per ball game. Jackson, right-handed hitter, facing the right-hander Alex Spauman, who goes into the stretch, of course. Figueiredo takes his lead. The first pitch is fouled back, strike one.
That was a nasty slider. That was out over the heart of the plate, and all he managed to do was get the tip of the bat on it.
Jackson takes a look down at Brad Morgan, first base coach, flashing out signs, letting him know what Coco Figueiredo is going to do at first. He's held on there by Brennan Hancock. The 0-1 pitch misses wide with a fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Spauman at the stretch. The pitch to Critch. Line drive to the second baseman. He's got it. Throws to first for the easy double play. Hard hit, but right at second baseman Banks, and that was an easy double play. So the Crabs gone in the first. No runs, a hit, nobody left, and at the end of one complete, we're scoreless. Listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to Humboldt Mortgage, committed to helping borrowers find quality financing for over 50 years. If you're buying a home, business, or land, Humboldt Mortgage will help you get it done. Call Bob J. Lawton at Humboldt Mortgage in Eureka at HumboldtMortgage.net. Their number is 445-3027.
Alex Trotner out for his second inning of work. He retired the studs in order in the first, and he'll face the middle three in the Seattle order: Brennan Hancock, Matt Zoba, and Tanner Arrington. And all three of them have had good series at the bat.
First up for the Seattle Studs.
Although Hancock was held
He
pretty
really
well
only
in
had one
check
hit yesterday, right?
Yeah, it was a big hit.
Yeah.
But it was only one out of 6, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Left-handed hitter facing the right-hander Troutner. The first pitch is swung on and missed, strike one.
As I recall, his last at bat, he hit the ball hard, but it was right at an outfielder.
That's right at the right fielder, yeah. Next pitch misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brennan Hancock. The 1-1. Ground ball to the first baseman. Up with it is Ramon Enriquez, and he takes it to the bag. 3 unassisted, 1 down.
Next up, shortstop, number 29.
Here's Matt Zoba. Zoba, small of stature. He's only 5'9", 175-pounder. Knows how to play the game. First pitch to him, he shows bunt and takes the fastball high and outside. Coco Figueiredo
They called
playing.
that a strike.
Oh, they called it a strike. I'm sorry, 0-1.
Who's the home plate umpire?
Daniel Osborne.
Daniel Osborne. He has an
the
extremely
slow call.
slow strike call.
That was high, and the count even at 1.
He likes to mull it over and reflect on it.
Call a committee report.
Before he gives you the call.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1. Misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like Alex Trotner took something off of that one. And the count even at 2. Johnny Mendoza flashes the sign out. And now Trotner steps off the rubber for a moment. Now he's back on, rocks into the wind, and the 2-2 pitch. Swings and fouls it back. Off-speed breaking pitch, and Zoba just able to get the end of the bat on it to stay alive. We'll do it again, 2-2. Troutner kicks and deals. Ground ball hard but foul outside the third base line. Again, we mentioned this yesterday, Coco Figueiredo, when he's playing third base, hugs that line. I think more than any third baseman I've seen
never
in
seen a
recent
third
memory.
baseman play there.
Means there's a pretty big gap between third and short for a ground ball. There's a line drive into left field, and that's going to be fair ball. Rounding first and heading to second. The throw in is not going to be in time. Excuse me. Zoba with a stand-up double.
Next up, designated hitter number 30, Tanner Harrington.
Well, you'll notice Figueiredo only does it for certain batters. See, now he's moved back.
Well, he's got a left-hander up now.
Right.
So, that, yeah. He's
So for right-handed hitters, he plays the line, it looks like. And for lefties, he's more towards the hole.
Left-handed hitter Tanner Harrington, serving as the DH for today's game, stands in. The pitch to him. Misses wide. It gets by the catcher. And that allows
Pass ball.
Zoba to go to third base. That was a pass ball. With one down now, the Studs 90 feet away from drawing first blood in this contest.
Shout out to Harry, Randy, and Desi of San Diego. Happy Father's Day to 3 of the best dads I know. Welcome back, former Crabs back boys.
Troutner going to work from the stretch with the runner on at third. 1 ball the count to Harrington. The pitch. Again, misses outside, 2-0. Crab infield is back, so a ground ball to a middle infielder will bring a run in. That pitch just misses again outside, 3-0. Will Harrington be swinging 3-0 if he likes it? No, he was taken all the way, and the automatic is in there. It's 3-1. Troutner at the set, the 3-1 pitch. Ground ball foul over by the visitors' dugout. Full count. Troutner found one batter in the first inning. He'd certainly like one here. Keep that runner at third anchored there. Mendoza flashes the sign out. Troutner's payoff pitch way outside, ball 4. First free pass allowed by Troutner. And the Studs now with runners at the corners and 1 out. And here is Henry Cheney the right fielder.
Next up, right fielder.
Cheney looking for his first hit of the series. He has been 0 for 6. Had a couple of walks. Right-handed hitter. And the pitch to him. Taken for a call, strike one. We've mentioned before that Cheney is the grandson of the founder of this baseball club, which was founded 64 years ago. The next pitch is grounded to the shortstop. Tough play. Backhand throw to second for one. The relay to first. Not going to be in time. A run scores. Wasn't hit that hard. Was a nice play by Cantu on a wicked hop. He backhanded it and flipped it to Gritch for the first out, but Jackson's relay to first not in time to get Cheney. So Zoba comes in to score, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Studs as Cody Banks stands in and takes a fastball low and outside, 1-0. So credit Cheney with an RBI. The legacy player gives his team a lead here in the top of the second. Troutner's Daniel Osborne. Michael Cowan now is position. High pop-up and foul ground. Catcher coming over. Johnny makes the catch against the fence. Nice catch. But to end the second inning. However, the Studs get a run on one hit. There were no errors and one left on base. And at the end of an inning and a half, the Studs lead 1-0. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
All right, thanks to Slice of Humble Pie, everything there is made in-house and fresh, hot and ready for takeaway or to dine in. Slice of Humble Pie is located just off the Arcata Plaza at 828 I Street. You can order online Slice of Humble Pie app and get 10% off your first order.
I was fortunate enough to get a slice of their berry pie yesterday, and it is very, very good. 2 pitch. And the pitch. Fouled back, strike one. Oh, and 1 to the Crabs' first baseman, Ramon Enriquez. Ramon grounds it just foul outside of third base. So Spaulding ahead on the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. We've seen a lot of exciting things in this series. What we have not seen yet is a long fly, a home run. Spaulding gets his sign from McCormick, comes to the plate, and swinging and missing is Enriquez on a breaking pitch. Second consecutive strikeout, 2 for the ball game. And that'll bring up Johnny Mendoza.
Next up, your catcher, number 10, Johnny Mendoza.
And Johnny Mendoza is hitting exactly 200, which is the famous Mendoza line.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So Mendoza is hitting on his line at 200. He'd like to be doing pushing that up a little
Must
bit.
be above the Mendoza line.
Yeah. First pitch to him is a called strike one. Spahman working quickly, the 0-1 offering. That one's a fastball that misses wide, 1-1.
I read an article on ESPN the other day about Chris Davis in Baltimore. He's on a pace to have the worst season ever in terms of wins above replacement. He's looking at minus 2.7 wins above replacement where he's at right now.
He was on my fantasy team
Ouch.
a couple of years ago, not now.
Oh.
I'm not playing now. After having Chris on my fantasy team, I gave it up. Right. Fouled off to the right and out of play.
And that's a huge contract, right? I mean.
Well, yeah, he hit something like 40 home runs.
Yeah, several years ago, yeah. But since then, boy, that Baltimore team they stink.
Yeah. There for the Birds.
Yeah.
The 1-2. High pop up on the right side of the infield. First baseman under it, and Hancock makes the catch in foul territory for the third out. The Crabs go quickly in the second inning, and at the end of 2, it's the Studs 1 and the Crabs nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to Harper Motors, serving the North Coast for more than 100 years. Check out all the latest models, new and used. Look for the Carousel 2 miles north of Eureka or visit them online at harpermotors.com. Harper Motors will donate $50 to District 26 Little League for every home run the Crabs hit this season. And we'd also like to remind you that the food bank in Eureka, Food for People, can always use volunteers and or donations. You can call them at 445-3166.
The number 9 hitter for the Studs, Kyle Bowe, will lead it off. Bowe had a big double in the 9th inning yesterday, which prolonged that game. Crabs eventually won it in the 11th. Bowe, right-handed, hitting third baseman. The pitch from Troutner is taken at the knees for a called strike one. The 0-1 pitch now to Kyle Bowe. Fastball rides high, 1-1. After Bowe, we go to the top of the lineup and Landon Riker. Troutner's 1-1 pitch. Lined past the pitching box over second base. Pitching mound over second base and into center field for a leadoff single. Second hit of the ball game for the Studs. They cashed in the one-out double in the second inning. Riker grounded out third to first in the first. The pitch to him is waved at and missed. Troutner starting him off with some off-speed stuff, so it's 0-1 to the right-handed hitting Riker. He's got some speed. There's the pitch. He shows bunt and takes a strike. Umpire said he went around, and it's 0-2. Well, with two strikes, the likelihood of the bunt is greatly diminished, and so Coco Figueiredo moves back behind the bag at third. The runner was breaking for second and thought better of it. Troutner ready to throw over to first, but did not. 0-2 count. Let's see if he's going. He's not. High pop-up, but it may be out of play. Nope, it's going to be the third baseman, Figueiredo, in foul territory to gather it in for the first out. So Riker pops to third. One gone.
Next up, number 4, Jacob Hurst.
And that'll bring up Jacob Hirsch, who grounded out pitcher to first in the first. Bo held on at first base by Ramon Enriquez. And the left-handed hitting left fielder, Jacob Hirsch, at the bat. And the first pitch is low, 1-0.
What did Bo do?
Singled. 1-0 to Hirsch. 1 on, 1 out here in the third. Studs lead 1-0. Hirsch takes a fastball outside, 2-0. Troutner at the belt. That pitch misses outside again to the left-handed hitter. It's 3-0. And the big power coming up. The 3-0 to Hirsch. He's taken all the way, and it's a called strike one right down the middle of the plate.
Well, just as we predicted, Hoke, a full house.
It is. Still a
Here
few
at
people
the
coming
ballpark,
in.
and still people coming in. There's still a line. I don't know where we're going to put everybody.
Ball 4 outside.
Uh-oh, this is not good.
So Hirsch gets the free pass. Bo trots down to second base. And now we're facing Ken McCormick and Brennan Hancock, two powerful hitters with runners on first and second and only one out. Brad Morgan, third base coach for the Crabs, celebrating a birthday this afternoon on Father's Day. And he is a father.
Happy Father's Day to you as well, Hope.
Thank you.
All the folks listening at home.
All the fathers at home, we hope you're having a good Father's Day. Pitch is down in the dirt, a nice block by Johnny Mendoza to prevent any advance. It's 1 ball and no strikes now to McCormick. Studs on first and second with 1 out. The number 3 hitter in their order, Ken McCormick, right-hander standing in. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive, a leaping grab by the shortstop. Nice play by Shaggy Cantu as he climbed the ladder and prevented that from going into left field and probably driving in a run. So a good play by Cantu, 2 down, and it will bring up the cleanup hitter, Brennan Hancock. Hancock grounded out to Ramon Enriquez unassisted in his only at bat in the ball game. And he takes that pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Kyle Bowe standing at second base. Jacob Hirsch at first. There are 2 outs. Studs trying to add to their 1-0 lead here in the top of the third. Troutner's 1-0 pitch. That's a called strike. Just above the knees, 1-1. Troutner at the set. Look back at second. And now he steps off the mound and bluffs the runner back to second. Neither the shortstop Cantu nor second baseman Critch are anywhere near the bag. The left-handed batter up, it would be the shortstop that would try and cause some difficulties for Jacob Hirsch. Breaking ball misses away, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss.
Chase that one.
Yeah, he chased one outside. That's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Troutner reads Mendoza. Comes to the plate 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop's got it. Throw to first. In
Nice
time.
play.
Fine play by Shaggy Cantu to deny Brendan Hancock and to deny the Studs another run. The Studs come up with no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 left. And at the end of 2.5, the score remains the Studs won and the Crabs nothing. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia Rica.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to Blue Lake Casino and Hotel, just minutes from the Pacific Ocean and the rugged mountains, Blue Lake Casino and Hotel offers affordable, spacious rooms with views of the gorgeous Mad River Valley and pristine forest filled with coastal redwoods. Take a dip in their outdoor heated swimming pool or their outdoor hot tub. It's open year-round from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can call them at 877-BLC-TO-WIN or visit them at bluelakecasino.com. I take it to use the hot tub or pool, you actually have to
Stay at the hotel.
stay at the hotel, yeah.
But you know who's staying there?
The Seattle Studs are staying there.
They are, indeed. Alyssa treats her men well.
Yeah.
Here is Shaggy Cantu. Gets a little bit of a hand for that fine defensive play to
A couple of good defensive plays.
deny the Studs a run in that inning. Fastball.
The liner and then the ball up the middle.
Yeah, that's right. Two good plays.
They said he cannot. He said,
I can
he
too.
can too.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You can be shrugging.
Sunday.
You're going to be shrugging. I'm going to be shagging. Shaggy Cantu, right-handed hitter. And the pitch to him is a called strike, high strike, and it's 0-2. It was Cantu's perfect bunt that spelled the difference in yesterday afternoon's game in the 11th inning. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on an off-speed breaking ball. Cantu down on strikes. That is the 3rd strikeout for Alex Spauman.
All on that slider.
That'll bring up right fielder Otis Statham.
Next up, number 8, Otis Statham.
Statham hitting but 138 on the season. And he takes a fastball low and away, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on a slider. It's 1-1.
Crab's having a lot of trouble with that pitch.
He mixes his pitches well. The 1-1, there's a curveball, and it's in there for a called strike 2. And again, you've been mentioning that Statham takes a lot of strikes. So he falls behind in the count. It's 1-2. way outside with the heater. It's 2-2.
Yeah, just from observing him, I what do I know? But I would say he needs to be a little more aggressive and swing at some of those pitches that are over the plate early on in the at-bat.
The 2-2 pitch from Spauman, fouled off to the right. One run, 2 hits, no errors for the Studs. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for the Crabs. We're in the bottom of the third. Crabs trailing by 1. The 2-2 pitch hit a long way to left center field. It's going to the warning track, the wall, and it is caught by the center fielder as he slams into the wall just a little to the right of the 394 sign. What a fantastic catch by Landon Riker, and even some of the Crab fans have to applaud that outstanding play.
That was an extremely long run, and that had triple written all over it. That was to the deepest part of 394. He was playing dead center, and he ran all the way to the 394 to catch that ball.
That was that was one of the finer outfield fielding plays we're likely to see all season long. That was spectacular.
Next up, center fielder number 2, Bronson Bros.
I wish we had replay. I guess I could give an audio replay, but it wouldn't quite be the same.
We technically do have replay, but you got to go to YouTube after the game to see it again.
Yeah, you could see it again, sure. Called strike on Bronson Grubbs. Bronson hitting .250 as we begin play this afternoon. He's driven across 9 runs, and he grounds that one foul over by the Crabs dugout. So Alex Spauman ahead on the count, 0-2. Spauman has faced the minimum number of Crabs batters. Figueredo singled in the first, but he was erased on a line drive double play. Ground ball to the shortstop. He's up with it. Zoba's throw to first in time, and the Crabs are gone in the third inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and at the end of 3, the score remains Studs 1, Crabs nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark.
You know, this evening you can tune in to Crab's Corner on Redwood Television's News Channel 3 broadcasts at 6 o'clock for a special report on Humboldt Crabs baseball. Insider interviews with the Crabs players and coaches, game highlights and trivia. One lucky winner who has the correct trivia answer will receive a pair of Crabs tickets. That's KIEM TV, 6 o'clock Sundays. Actually, the Crab's Corner comes on about 15 minutes into the news broadcast, and it's done very, very well. All right, here we are heading into the 4th inning, and for all the action, everyone's favorite professor, Benjamin Schaefer.
Thanks, Hoke. Matt Zoba to lead it off for the Studs, leading 1-0 in the top of the 4th inning against Alex Trotner for the Crabs. And there's a hard hit ground ball over to third. Figueredo, a nice pick. Throw to first is in the dirt and picked out nicely by Enriquez over there, 1 away. So good play all the way around there for the Crabs. 1 away. Here's Tanner Arrington, the DH. He walked in his first appearance. And look, Figueredo's down over there at third. I don't know what's going on. He might have. I don't know what happened, if that ball glanced off his knee or something like that, but he's limping around out there. The ball was hit very hard. And he's up now. He seems okay.
He might have caught it with the glove and part of the body on that
Could
hard
be, yeah.
hit ground ball.
Yeah. Looks like he's
No, it looks like the leg, though.
he's hurting a little bit over there. Not sure what happened. He's all right. He's back in position. So with one out, here's Arrington. Into the windup, and here's the pitch from Trotner, and he bunts at it, but misses it. It's 0-1. Oh, and 1 the count. Here's the pitch. Grounded right back to the mound. Easy play. Toss the first. 2 away. Just like yesterday's play.
Not at all like
An
yesterday's
easy play at first for the first baseman. I mean, for the pitcher.
It is interesting. That's the second time we've seen Troutner. When he gets one of those comebackers, he takes about 4 steps toward first base and then underhands it to the first baseman. That's the safe way of doing it. Why mess around?
Indeed. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there at the knees. 0-1 now to Cheney. Cheney didn't like the call. He steps out and gives a puzzled look to the home plate umpire, Daniel Osborne. 0-1 the count. Cheney hit into a fielder's choice his first at bat. Here's the pitch. Fastball down and away.
Say, Liam, are you planning to do advertisements too?
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. 1-1, swung on and missed 1-2. Took something off and had Cheney out in front of it. So a ball and 2 strikes now, 2 outs. Nobody on in the top of the 4th. Studs leading at 1-0. And here comes the next pitch. Little slowly tap down to second base. It'll be the first baseman backhanding throw to first by Enriquez. Troutner covering, nice play. So Studs go in order in the 4th. They lead 1-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, welcome back to the ballpark, bottom of the 4th inning.
Hey, I got an information for folks about Solutions for Small Businesses. They offer bookkeeping services, help with QuickBooks, and full-service payroll. We have 25 years of bookkeeping experience, but we're really more than that. We're like mom for the small business owner. We can help you solve all your problems, and you can feel comfortable telling us about your record-keeping troubles. We will have the solutions for you, so give us a call at 707-267-7923 or visit us inside the Greenway building at 1385 8th Street, Suite 104 in Arcata, or online at solutions4sb.com. Crabs trailing 1-0 as we head into the bottom of the 4th. For all the action, here's Benjamin Schaefer.
All right, top of the order for the Crabs. It'll be Strom, Figueredo, and Critch against Alex Spauman. And the first pitch from Spauman is a fastball taken on the outside corner for a strike. Strom showed indications of bunting. He grounded a second in his first at bat. 0-1 the count. Spauman a quick worker, and there's another fastball. Same spot, same result. It's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Hit high in the air and foul. And it's going to drift out onto F Street. 0-2 the count. Here comes the pitch. Slider away. Ball and 2 strikes now. To Kellen Strom. Here's the 1-2. Fouled again out onto F Street. One and 2 the count. Here's the pitch, and it's hit high in the air down the right field line, drifting towards the picnic area, and it'll make it out there.
Folks, we have an unclaimed prize ticket for the Pearson's giveaway earlier. Pink ticket for
1 and 2 the count.
5-6. Pink ticket for
And now
5-6.
a delay as some baseballs are delivered out onto the field by the bat boy. Now we're ready to go. 1 and 2. Here comes the pitch to Strom, and he taps it. Foul. Nice play in foul territory by Hancock over there. Little soft liner.
Shout out to Greta. Happy early birthday. Anonymous shout out to Greta. For your Crabs up to the plate. Number 1, Coco Figueredo.
So 1 away. Here's Coco Figueredo, singled in his first at bat.
It's the only hit of the day for the Crabs.
Yes, it is. And first pitch to Figueredo is a fastball on the outside corner taken for a strike. Looked a little wide from up here, but the 0-1 hit foul out of play. Oh, and 2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. That one misses low. 1-0. Well, Spauman's been ahead of the hitters all afternoon. And that's the key to effective pitching. The 1-2 is in the dirt. 2-2. The 2-2 breaks into the dirt, and the count goes full now to Figueredo. Jackson Critch on deck. And the next pitch is hit hard on the ground out towards first base. And he's out unassisted.
Don't forget to seek out the 50-50 ladies making their way through the stands.
Brennan Hancock, busy man this inning at first base. Caught the little slow liner and then a ground ball. Took it to the bag himself, 2 down.
Here's Critch, lined into a double play. A hard hit ball out to second base. And here's the pitch. Taken for a strike at the knees. That's that slider that Spauman's been throwing all afternoon. And has been very effective with. The 0-1. Next pitch misses down and away. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses away. 2-1. Spauman sets, shakes off a sign. Now he's ready. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. A big cut from Critch there, and it's 2-2. 2-2. Swing and a miss, blew him away. Crabs go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the fourth. They trail 1-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Want to remind you that the Crabs are heading out onto the road starting Tuesday night in Healdsburg. And for our fans in the local area here on the North Coast, you can listen to those Healdsburg ball games broadcast. Now there's an outside possibility that we'll be able to have visual for that game with the call.
Banks is aboard to start the fifth.
Next up, number 6, Kyle Bowe.
Here's Kyle Bowe, singled in his first at bat. One run, 2 hits, no errors for Seattle. No runs, a hit, no errors for the Crabs. Troutner sets and deals, and he shows bunt, takes the pitch down and away. One and 0 the count. Runner takes his lead. Here's the pitch, and he does bunt this one down towards third, but it's going to roll foul.
Foul ball.
So a ball and a strike now to Bowe.
On the back of your pre-printed
When Figueiredo scooped that ball, he didn't know whether it was fair or foul. The umpire hadn't made the call. And did you see his throw? He underhands it to first base. Perfect throw.
Yeah, it was still a great throw, yeah. So 1-1 now the count. Banks takes his lead. Here's the pitch. He is bunting again, and he takes the pitch down and away, and they throw behind the runner, and he's back safely. 2-1 the count. The 2-1. He bunts it out towards the mound. Off the mound is Troutner. He's going to go to first. And that advances the runner. So it's a sacrifice bunt for Bowe. 1-3 the put out. And with one away and Banks out at second, we'll go back to the top of the order. This is Landon Riker, 0 for 2.
next up, number 10, Landon Riker.
So Banks out at second. Here's the pitch. And Riker takes a fastball away.
He was only 1 for 5 in yesterday's ballgame, Benjamin, but that one was a big one. It scored the 4th run in the 9th inning to tie the game.
The 1-0. Hit on the ground hard through the left side of the infield. That's going to, here comes the throw home. They're going to hold the runner at third. A nice throw by Strom out in left field to keep Banks at third. So first and third now with one out. And here's Jacob Hirsch, the left fielder. He's 0 for 1. Troutner sets. And deals a fastball that misses inside.
At bat number 4, Jacob Hirsch.
One and 0 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. A big cut there from Hirsch. A ball and a strike now. The count to Hirsch. Here comes the pitch. And that's hit in the air to left center field. Over to get it is Strom. The runner's tagging. Here comes the throw in. It's going to be offline. And it's going to be 2-0 now in favor of the Studs. So sacrifice fly scores Banks. Riker holds it first, and with 2 outs, here's McCormick 0 for 2.
Next up, number 24, Ken McCormick.
So Riker over at first. Here's McCormick. Riker with a short lead. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike at the belt. Oh, and 1 the count. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, they throw behind the runner, and he's back safely. Crabs catchers like to do that this season. See a lot of it.
Haven't picked anybody off yet. Haven't thrown it into right field yet.
Nope. One and 1 the count. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball. The throw down to second is in time. He's a dead duck. Riker caught stealing the top of the 5th, but the Studs get a run on a hit. There were no errors and nobody left. And at the end of 4.5, 2-0 in favor of Seattle. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
And big thanks to North Coast Co-op. They have a bucket of stuff that we'll be giving away later on in the game. Don't forget to get your 50/50.
So we were mentioning you can catch Tuesday and Wednesday's game by going to KGOE website and tapping into their streaming device. The weekend games, Friday and Saturday evening and Sunday afternoon, those will be available by going to the San Luis Obispo Blues website, and they have their games on YouTube just as we do here. So you'll be able to see the 3 games with the Blues featuring their announcers for those ball games.
Well, unfortunately, it'll be a lesser broadcast.
Yes, certainly will. All right, halfway through the action, Crabs trailing 2-0. Here's Benjamin.
Tatum, Enriquez, and Mendoza for the Crabs, trailing 2-0 now in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Studs. No runs, a hit, no errors for the Crabs. And here's Tatum, who takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. He struck out looking in his first at bat. Oh, 1 pitch. Slider down and away. 1-1. Alex Spauman with a 2-0 lead. He's been excellent. Giving up only one hit to the Crabs. Here's the 1-1 check swing, and the pitch is low.
Second Crab batter, Coco Figueredo, singled, and that was the last base hit we've had. And he was eliminated on a double play. Line drive double play, but double play nonetheless.
2-1 pitch. Fouled out of play. Two into the count. Here comes the pitch. Popped high in the air on the left side of the infield. The shortstop's calling for it. Now the third baseman's calling for it, and it'll be the third baseman, Bo, to put it away for out number one. Here's Ramon Enriquez, struck out in his first at bat. Strawman sets, and here comes the pitch, and that's fouled out of play. Next pitch misses outside with a fastball. 1-1 now the count. The 1-1 is fouled out on the F Street. So a ball and 2 strikes. Now to Enriquez with Mendoza on deck. One and 2 the count. And the pitch. Line right at first base. A nice play by Hancock. 2 away. Here's Johnny Mendoza, fouled out to first in his first at bat. 2 outs, nobody on for the Crabs, bottom of the 5th.
Next up, your catcher, number 10, Johnny Mendoza.
So far, they have been thoroughly dominated by Alex Spauman. Here's the pitch to Mendoza. And he bunts it high in the air back at home plate. I think it's going to drift into the seats. Oh, and a fan drops the ball. Oh, it was the Studs player that was sitting in the fan stands and dropped it? Nice. I saw him down there behind home plate in uniform. Yeah, he's got the radar gun, yeah. 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1. One hopper out to second base. Should end the inning, and does. Crabs go quietly in the 5th. They trail 2-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Well, the Crabgrass Band entertaining us with one of Benjamin's favorite songs. It's not unusual, and it's certainly not unusual to find over 1,000 fans enjoying a sunlit, sun-splashed Father's Day at the Arcata Ballpark. What could be better for Dad? Well, what could be better for the Crabs would be some base knocks. They've been held to a lone single back in the first inning. It has been...
Yeah, they've been, like I said, thoroughly dominated.
Alex Spauman has shown us some fine pitching. He has faced the minimum number of batters. But before the Crabs get to bat again, it'll be the Seattle Studs with the heart of their order coming up in the top of the sixth inning. Ken McCormick, Brennan Hancock, and Matt Zoba to face the right-hander this afternoon, the right-hander, Alex Troutner. He can also pitch with his left hand, but I don't think we're going to see that today. All right, here's Benjamin.
Here's McCormick to lead it off. Ken McCormick is 0 for 2 this afternoon. And here's the first pitch. It's a fastball hit on the ground out towards short. Enrique up with it. Cantu up with it. And there's one away.
That's what the Crabs like. One pitch, one out. How many pitches has Alex Troutner thrown? We're going to ask Liam to check that out for us.
Very smooth construction. Some hats about to be tossed in the stands. How many pitches for Troutner? 69.
One out. Here's the first pitch to Hancock. Swung on and missed. 0-1. A big cut. Again, Hancock chasing a pitch out of the zone. He's done that a few times today.
That was his 70th pitch on the afternoon, so that's fine. In good shape.
0-1 the count. Here comes the pitch. Misses away. 1-1. Next pitch, fastball away. 2-1 now the count. That 2-1. Check swing. And he hits it up against the backstop.
I think that check swing prevented ball 3. That was outside.
2-2 the count.
And that's where they've had some success with Hancock, is keeping it away from him, making him swing in the outside pitch.
Here's the 2-2, and it's a fastball down low. 3-2 now the count. The 3-2. Ball 4. So he walks Hancock with one away. That'll bring up Matt Zoba. Zoba is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Hancock over at first. And here's the pitch. Hit on the ground through the hole on the left side for a base hit. So first and second now for the Studs. Second hit of the game for Zoba. And with 1 out and 2 on, here's Arrington.
Next up, designated hitter, number 30, Tanner Arrington.
Arrington's 0 for 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and the fastball taken away. That's a strike. 0-1.
You gotta wait on Osborne. Daniel is slow with that hand coming up on the strike call.
Oh, and 1 the count. Here's the pitch. That one does miss outside, and it's 1-1. One and 1 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch. 1-2. 1-2. And now they got him picked off out at second. They're running back to second, and now the throw to second. He's going to third, and he's going to be tagged out. Nice pickoff by Troutner on the play. Zoba goes to second. So that was 1-6-5 was the pickoff. 2 away.
Good base running by Hancock when he was in that pickle. Provided enough time for Matt Zoba to move into second base so they keep a runner in scoring position.
Meanwhile, it counts a ball and 2 strikes to Arrington. And here comes the pitch. Fouled out of play. Now some clouds starting to roll in. It's starting to get a little cooler at the ballpark.
It's cooler in the
still,
booth.
It's still, yeah, it's cooler in the booth for sure. It's windy and it's still sunny out, but some clouds now beginning to gather around the ballpark.
I think the wind has picked up, don't you, since the start of the game?
It's picked up here. The flag is blowing less briskly out in center, but it's colder up in the booth, yeah. Here's the pitch. Grounded out towards first base. Throw to first, so the pitcher covering. And there's 3 away. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left, and at the end of 5.5, it's 2-0 in favor of the Studs. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be the bottom of the order for the Crabs. Shaggy Cantu, Otis Strawman, and Bronson Grubbs. Otis Statham. Why do I keep calling him Strawman? Statham. Otis Statham.
Alex Spauman, a sophomore in college, so he's not one of the graduates. Elisa was telling me he's new to the team this year. Based on what we've seen this afternoon, quite a find.
Yeah, yeah. Here's Cantu. Struck out his first at bat.
Into this inning, number 39, Shaggy Cantu.
And the first pitch to Cantu is a fastball inside.
Spauman has faced the minimum number of batters through 5 innings. The only base runner was eliminated in a double play, so talk about rolling right along.
The next pitch is a fastball down and away. 2-0 now, the count to Cantu. Here's the 2-0, and he hits it hard on the ground out towards third, a couple high hops. Throw to first, 1 away. Crabs have not hit many balls in the air either today.
Well, this guy hit one.
Yeah, he did. He gave it a ride. Otis Statham in his last at bat, but a brilliant catch by Landon Riker out in center field. Deprived him of what would have easily been a triple.
Hailing from Albuquerque, New Mexico, our next batter, number 8, Otis Statham.
So here's Statham, and he promptly lines one right at second base for out number 2.
Well, the Crabs sure haven't gotten much from Spauman, and when they've hit the ball hard, it's
right
been
at
right
somebody.
at somebody. Yeah.
Yep.
One of
So
those
2
things.
away here quickly in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Bronson Grubbs. He's 0 for 1.
Next up, number 2, Bronson Grubbs.
And then the windup, and here's the pitch from Grubbs, to Grubbs, and he hits a hard ground ball over the third, backhanded by the third baseman, throw to first. Nice play all the way around, and the Crabs are done. In the bottom of the 6th, they go in order. This is Crabs baseball, 1480 KGO. Oh, it's 2-0 Studs, by the way. All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 6th, still 2-0 in favor of the Studs, and here's hope. Top of the 7th, actually.
It'll be the bottom third of the order for the Seattle Studs, facing Alex Troutner, who has pitched well but has been outpitched by his counterpart, Alex Spauman. So a couple of Alexes have shown us some fine mound work this afternoon. Crabs on the short end of a 2-0 count as we head into the top of the 7th inning. Henry Cheney, Cody Banks, and Kyle Bowe. Cheney 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Right-handed hitter. And Troutner's pitch backs him off the plates for a ball, 1-0. Troutner's 1-0 delivery is hit hard to left field. That park's not going to hold that one. It is out of here. A home run by Henry Cheney. That's his first hit of the series, and it's a long one. That's the first home run of the series. And it's now a 3-0 ball game. Boy, he got all that one. There wasn't any doubt of that.
No doubt about that at all.
That was a home run off the bat. So a long fly makes it 3-0 in favor of the Studs as they try and win the pivotal third game of this 3-game set. And that'll bring up Cody Banks. Banks is 0 for 1 officially. He popped out in his last at bat. He was hit by a pitch. And the pitch to him is popped in the air into shallow center field. Left fielder coming in, and it is going to be the left fielder Strom who gathers it in for the out, 1 down.
That was number 14.
Base is empty, 1 gone, and that'll bring up Kyle Bowe.
Next up, number 6, Kyle Bowe.
Bowe, a single and a sacrifice bunt. And that sacrifice bunt was fairly significant as the runner he bunted over came home on a sacrifice fly. 0-1 to count. Swings and fouls it over by the Crabs dugout, and it's 0-2. All the youngsters will have a chance to high-five the Crabs between third and home after the game, after they run the bases. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Cantu is up with it. The throw to first in plenty of time to retire Bowe, 2 down. Top of the order now, and Landon Riker. Riker 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He drew a walk his last time up and was promptly thrown out trying to steal second base by Johnny Mendoza. I don't know. I imagine there have been successful steals against Mendoza when he's been catching. There's a ground ball, a diving try by Figueiredo, but it's into left field for a 2-out single. But I've seen Mendoza throw out at least 4 runners. They have not had any success trying to steal against Johnny Mendoza. Here's Jacob Hirsch. He drove in a run in his last at bat with a sacrifice fly to Kellen Strom in left field. 2 down. Riker leads from first. He's got some speed. And the pitch is a called ball, just a bit outside, 1-0. So we'll see if Riker, who is a guy with wheels, wants to take his chances against the arm of Johnny Mendoza. The 1-0 pitch. Checks his swing, and it's a ball, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Hirsch. Riker takes his lead at first. The pitch is taken for a called strike, 2-1. Two and one to Hirsch. The pitch. Strike called at the belt. It's 1-2, or excuse me, 2-2. The leadoff home run by Cheney has made it a 3-0 ball game in favor of the Studs. The 2-2 to Hirsch, and that's pasted into right center field for a base hit. Over to get it is Statham. Moving to third on the play is a Riker. And with 2 outs, the Studs with runners at the corner and a Ken McCormick coming to the bat.
Well, there is a pitcher warming, a left-hander warming in the bullpen for the Crabs. First and third, 2 outs now. Already a run in. They can't afford to give up much more against this pitcher.
With 2 outs, the infield does have the luxury of playing deep. And now a brief conference between Johnny Mendoza and Alex Troutner. Three runs, 7 base hits for the Studs. The Crabs, no runs, and just that lone base hit, that lone single back in the first inning by Coco Figueiredo. That's been it. That's the totality of the Crabs offense this afternoon. All right. Runners at first and third, 2 out. Power hitter Ken McCormick at the bat. And they could really break it open with a big blast here. The pitch from Troutner. A long fly ball to left field, but it's in the park. Left fielder Strom is under it, and he gathers it in for the 3rd out. The Studs, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. And at the end of 6.5, and we're going to keep it here now. We're not going to go back to the studio. We'll keep it here. It's the Studs 3 and the Crabs nothing. And we're going to be able to listen to the Crabgrass Band and the best staff in all of baseball, the Crabgrass staff, and they're going to lead a large Father's Day crowd in singing the #1 song on the Crabs hit parade, #1 with a bullet. That's Take Me Out to the Ball Game. As they're gathering themselves out for his 7th inning of work will be Alex Spauman. And we're about ready. Here we go. We have attendance yet? we need a rally in the home half of the seventh, and we've got the top of the order coming up to face a guy who's virtually been unhittable, Alex Spauman.
Well, I'm desperately hoping that Krusty resolved his uniform issues and will be able to make an appearance. Because
was that what kept him away from the game?
He had a button or something. It got messed up.
They call that a uniform malfunction.
Uniform malfunction yesterday, and so I'm hoping that's fixed today and he can make an appearance because we really need Krusty here in the seventh inning.
Kellen Strom has hit a soft liner to first and grounded out second to first. He'll be followed by Coco Figueiredo, who has the only hit of the ballgame for the Crabs, and then Jason Critch. Right-hander versus right-hander. Strom 3 for 11 now on the season. And he swings and fouls off the first pitch out of play. And there is Krusty making his appearance. Here he comes. Claws and all.
He's almost always a harbinger of a Crabs rally.
The 0-1. A bunt down the third baseline, foul. So Strom tried to lay it down, but it was foul. So the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Well, Krusty has to show up at each game. There's a clause in his contract.
That's pretty good. A clause in his contract. Yeah.
0-2 to Strom. Big right-hander Alex Spauman. Rocks into the wind, and the 0-2 pitch. High with either a fastball or a slider that didn't slide much, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Lined into right field. The right fielder moving back a few steps and making the catch is Cheney. So Strom, a line drive to the legacy grandson of the founder of the Seattle Studs, who himself went deep, the only home run of the series in the top of this frame. Here's Coco Figueiredo. 1 for 2. Coco hitting left-handed against the right-handed pitcher, Spauman, and the first pitch is a fastball just a little bit low, 1-0. The 1-0, high fly ball into center, it's playable. Lazy fly, moving in under it is Riker, and Landon Riker puts it away very quickly. 2 up and 2 down in the Crabs' 7th inning. Here's Jason Critch. Jason started the game hitting .375. He's 0 for 2 this afternoon, lined out and then struck out in his last at bat. Spauman comes to the plate and he fouls it off, strike 1. No balls and a strike to the number 3 hitter in Robin Guyver's lineup. Ground ball right to the pitcher. Takes a few steps toward first, underhands to the bag, and that'll do it very quickly for the Crabs in the 7th. Nothing across, and at the end of 7 complete, it's the Studs 3 and the Crabs nothing. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia, Eureka. Well, we can close the books on Alex Troutner as Dylan Campbell comes in to pitch the 8th inning for the Crabs. Benjamin, what are the totals on Alex Troutner this afternoon?
He gave up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned on 7 hits. He struck out 1, and I think he walked, looks like 3. Walked 3.
Haven't been that many base on balls. Well, Crabs have not had anybody on base.
No, Crabs have been absolutely shut down.
Yeah. So the game has moved along pretty well because there haven't been a lot of walks, which adds a lot of time.
I mean, this is one of the fastest games played. It's only 2 o'clock, 2:06, and we're already in the 8th inning.
Left-hander Dylan Campbell now on the mound for the Crabs.
Dylan Campbell comes in with a record of 1-0 in 8 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 3 hits, no earned runs, struck out 5, and walked 2.
Brennan Hancock to lead it off, the cleanup hitter for the Studs, and the first pitch to him is hit hard into right field, moving over under it and making the catch is Otis Statham. 1 pitch, 1 out in the Studs' 8th inning. That'll bring up Matt Zoba. Zoba 2 for 3 this afternoon. He shows bunt and takes the ball, 1-0. Left-hander Dylan Campbell working from the stretch exclusively. And the 1-0 pitch. That's hit hard into center field. Coming in and making a running catch at the knees is Bronson Grubbs. So a couple of fine outfield plays. Quickly 2 down in the Studs' 8th inning. Here is Tanner Arrington. Arrington 0 for 2 this afternoon, obviously getting his first look at the southpaw slants of Dylan Campbell. And the first pitch is right down the heart of the plate at the knees, strike 1. Crabs will have the middle of their order up in the bottom of the 8th. Time is running out. There's a shot to the second baseman. Knocks it down, picks it up, throws to first. Critch to Enriquez to retire the Studs in the 8th. Nothing across. And at the end of 7.5, it's Seattle 3 and Humboldt nothing. You're listening to Crabs Baseball on KGOE 1480 Arcata, Eureka. All right, welcome back to the ballpark. You know, a number you can call that'll give you some joy is 445-3027. That's the phone number of Food for People. And they are looking for volunteers to help in the fight against hunger in Humboldt County. Food for People, the county food bank. Give them a call. They're looking for volunteers. They're looking for donations. They're looking for people who like to help people who need some help. All right, bottom of the 8th inning, the middle of the order for the Crabs. McCarthy Tatum, 0 for 2. Stands in the first pitch to him. High pop-up on the infield. Second baseman and shortstop. It's going to be the shortstop, Zoba making the catch behind second base. One pitch, one out in the Crabs' 8th inning. Ramon Enriquez struck out and then hit a sharp liner to first baseman Hancock in his last at bat. 1,150 fans enjoying the action this afternoon. First pitch to Enriquez is fouled off behind us, strike one. They've seen a good ball game. Oh, they'd like to see the Crabbies ahead, but you can't argue about the caliber of baseball we've seen throughout this series. The next pitch, a strike. No, misses outside.
I'd be all right if the Crabs were a 500 team if we had these kinds of games
all the time. Yeah. 1-1 to count to Enriquez. The pitch. Line drive to right field. Right fielder comes in, now moves over and makes the running catch. He misjudged it but was able to correct in time, did Cheney, for the second out. 2 down, and that'll bring up Johnny Mendoza.
Next up, number 10, Johnny Mendoza.
Definitely want to implore Alyssa, the scorekeeper, advisor, and frankly owner of the Seattle Studs, please come back again next year and every year. These two teams deserve each other. Quality baseball at the yard. The pitch to Mendoza is grounded to the second baseman. Up with it there is Banks. The throw to first, and quicker than you can say Jackie Robinson. The Crabs are gone in the 8th inning, and at the end of 8, the score remains the Studs 3 and the Crabs nothing. Listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia, Eureka.
All right, welcome back to welcome back to the ballpark. New pitcher on the mound for the Crabs. It's Justin Berry on in relief of Dylan Campbell. Berry, 7 innings pitched. He has no record. In those 7 innings pitched, he's given up 5 hits, 2 runs, one of which was earned. He's struck out 9 and walked 2. Bottom of the order for the Studs. They're up 3-0. Crabs need to hold them here and hope for a miracle in the 9th, Hope.
We do indeed. I don't know if mentioned this, I think we mentioned it yesterday, but just to repeat, J.J. Cruz, the former Crab, has signed with the San Francisco Giants as an undrafted free agent. So, of course, we wish J.J. the very best of luck as he pursues his baseball dreams. Hard-throwing left-hander Justin Berry out to try and hold the Studs in check in the 9th inning and give his mates a chance in the home half of the 9th to make up that 3-run deficit. Henry Cheney, only 1 hit in this series, and it was a long fly in his last at bat. A home run that made it a 3-0 ball game, and that's where we are as we enter the top of the 9th inning. Justin Berry working from the stretch, and his first pitch is high with a fastball, 1-0. Johnny Mendoza flashing signs out to Berry. Berry working again from the stretch. And the pitch is fouled off to the right and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll be back at the Arcata Ballpark a week from Tuesday night. And we're sure looking forward to 2 games, Tuesday and Wednesday, with the B-52 Bombers. The 1-1 to Cheney. And he fouls that one off to the right out of play. 1-2.
Okay, thank you.
Barry ahead on the count, 1-2 to Cheney, leading off the ninth inning for the Studs, who lead 3-0. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball got him looking.
Pitch.
Slow breaking ball absolutely froze Cheney at the plate. One away.
Some unclaimed prizes.
And that'll bring up a Cody Banks.
Ticket holder number 776.
Banks 0 for 2 officially. He has also been hit by a pitch.
6. Next up for the Studs, number 14, Cody Banks.
Banks, right-handed hitting second sacker. Swings at the first pitch and hits a high chopper foul.
Also a prize going to pink ticket holders number 443.
One strike on Banks.
And 443791. Pink ticket holder
Guy wearing a B-52's cap here at the ballpark. Got a lot of nerve
Yeah.
showing up here in one of those. But they're going to show up themselves when the Crabs get back from their road trip.
That should be fun. There's a little flare into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. So Banks, just a very soft liner, but perfectly placed between first baseman Enriquez and second baseman Critch. So a one-out single for Banks. That's the 8th hit of the ball game for the Studs.
Someone actually asked me the other night if I go to the B-52 games, if I root for the B-52. Somebody who's known me.
Ask you if you, well,
Yeah.
doesn't know you very well, I guess.
Nearly got up and left the dinner party in protest.
Hey, congratulations, Ralphie. Ralphie going off the basket of prizes there. Way to go.
1 ball and no strikes to Kyle Bowe. Fastball well outside, 2-0. After Bowe, we go to the top of the order and Landon Riker. The 2-0 pitch. High pop-up in foul territory. I don't know if it's going to stay in play. No, it's going to go back into the crowd. Big bounce and bounced over the fence out onto F Street. 2 balls and a strike on Bowe. He had a good cut on a hitter's pitch, 2-0. Two balls and a strike to the number 9 hitter in the Studs order. Barry at the set. Runner takes his lead at first. Banks. The pitch. Over the plate, but high. It's 3-1. Three and one to Kyle Bowe. Line drive into center field, backing up and making the catch is Bronson Grubbs for the second out. Bronson seemed to track that one off the bat very well. And with 2 gone, we go to Landon Riker, the top of the order. Riker this afternoon, 1 for 3. Check that, 2 for 3. Let's make it 2 for 4. I'll get it right one of these times. The pitch to him, and that's hit hard past the diving Shaggy Cantu into center field for a base knock. Stopping at second is Banks. 3rd hit of the ball game for Riker. And it'll bring up Jacob Hirsch. Hirsch 2 for 3 and a sacrifice fly.
Hey kids, get ready to start lining up towards third base because every Sunday you get to run with the Crabs.
Left-handed hitting Jacob Hirsch to face the southpaw Justin Barry coming in the 9th inning. The 3rd pitcher employed by Robin Guyver this afternoon. Strike called. Clouds a little bit
Coming in.
a little cloudier.
Fog's rolling in.
Yeah, we had a sunny afternoon up till this point.
It was warm early. It was warm in the morning, and that causes some evaporation out at sea, and then that eventually drifts in as clouds.
Fastball is high, 1-1. Benjamin gets extra pay as the booth weatherman. Fouled back. What was the old line from popular song? You don't need to be a weatherman to tell which way the wind is blowing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a weatherman. I'll tell you the wind's blowing out.
Good job.
And the Crabs would hope it'll be blowing out in the bottom half of this inning when they try and tie it up. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Hirsch down on strikes. And so the Studs are denied in the ninth inning. No runs, a pair of hits, no errors, and 2 left. At the end of 8.5, though, the Studs lead 3-0. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia, Eureka.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Last chance for the Crabs.
Benjamin, we've been broadcasting up here more than a few years, and I cannot recall a time when a pitcher is going into the ninth inning, either a Crab or an opponent, who has faced the minimum number of batters through 8 innings. It's been a long time since we've had a no-hitter, and I can't recall a 9-inning no-hitter. I can recall some when we used to play 7-inning games.
I think you're right, Hoke.
So
I think this is pretty much the most dominating performance I've seen in at least a decade, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't gotten anything off him.
Yeah. One lone single, the second batter of the ball game, Coco Figueiredo singled, and he was immediately eliminated on a line drive double play. And since then, Crabs have been putty in the hands of Alex Spauman. Here's Shaggy Cantu. 0 for 2 this afternoon, and the first pitch to him backs him off the plate with a fastball, 1-0. Infield back all the way around. Cantu is a very good bunter. We've already seen that. The next pitch, strike called at the belt, 1-1. Cantu will be followed by Otis Statham and then Bronson Grubbs.
And it's hard to pinpoint exactly what Spauman's doing that's making him so unhittable today. I mean, he's got good pitches and good location, but he doesn't have an overpowering fastball, and he doesn't have.
He's got what they call command.
Yeah.
I mean, he's putting the pitches where he wants them.
I think that's
really,
it. Yeah.
Really crucial.
Just making it look effortless out there.
The 2-1. High pop up on the infield in foul ground. It's the first baseman under it, and Hancock makes the catch for the first out. Who was that pitcher the Cubs had for a few years? You said, how does he do it year after year? How come he keeps winning? You know what I'm talking about?
Arrieta?
No. Before Arrieta. I mean, this guy was the best pitcher in the league.
Oh,
for
Maddox?
A number of years.
No.
Yeah, Greg Maddox.
Greg Maddox, yeah.
He didn't have a blazing fastball.
But every pitch was right on the inside corner under the hands.
If that's where he wanted, that's where he put it. That's right. Here's Otis Statham. Otis lined out to the second baseman and flew out to the center fielder on a fine running catch back in the third inning. So Statham 0 for 2. He's hit the ball well, and he takes the first pitch for a called strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Spauman rocks into the wind, and the 0-1 pitch way outside. Back to the backstop, 1-1. A one-hit gem thus far by Alex Spauman. And again, the minimum number of batters faced. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Jammed him inside with a high hard one. He's ahead 1-2. Big right-hander comes to the plate, 1-2. High pop-up on the infield. No, it's in the outfield. Shortstop back on the outfield grass to gather it in, and the Crabs are down to their final out.
Like a bullet, it's our bat boy.
Bronson Grubbs has grounded out short to first. He's grounded out third to first. And if Spauman's able to retire him, we can say 27 Crabs up, 27 Crabs down. He will have faced the minimum number total. Tries to bunt and takes a pitch. I guess it's a ball, 1-0.
We can make it 28 down because I'll be out on the ledge.
Hold Benjamin back. 1-0 now to Grubbs. Bronson hits a pop-up over by the dugout of the visitors, but it goes back into the dugout area, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
They got a guy warming in the bullpen for the Studs. Not really. He's just out there penning catch.
Yeah.
2 of them.
The 1-1 pitch, over but high, 2 balls and a strike.
Just in case.
Not only has Spauman not allowed any hits, save that 1 single in the first, he has not walked a batter. I mean, he's been near perfect. The 2-1 misses outside, ball 3. Maybe I jinxed him, huh?
Yeah, let's hope. He also has not given up 4 runs in 1 inning so far in this game.
Yep. Well, the Crabs led by 4 in the 9th yesterday. Trailing by 3 here. There's a ground ball. It hits the third base bag and goes into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding first and hitting to second is Grubbs, and he's in there with a double. So erase all that talk. It ain't over till it's over, as Yogi told us. And the Crabs now with a runner at second and 2 outs. Their first hit since way back in the first inning. A hard ground ball that hit the bag at third and bounced into the outfield, and Grubbs sped around to second base. Here's Kellen Strom, like most other Crabs, looking for his first hit on the afternoon. Spauman at the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
At the plate, your Crabs, number 18, Kellen Strong.
Spauman hadn't been in the stretch much today. He is now. All right, back foot on the rubber. He looks into his catcher, Ken McCormick, for the sign. And now he wants to talk to McCormick, wants to make sure they're on the right page here. Don't want to do anything
Really,
foolish.
with 2 outs?
Well, 2 outs yesterday, and hey.
But they'd already had runners on. I mean, they'd already scored a run by that, hadn't they?
Well, they scored a run. They were still down 3.
Yes. No,
You know,
I
so
got it.
we're
That's
down
true.
3.
No, you're right.
We're down
Good point.
3.
Good point. Good
Come
point.
on. That's a little optimism here. 0-1 to count to Strom. The pitch. Kellen lets it go by, and it's a call. Strike 2.
Did he call that a strike? He put his
I
arm
think-
out. I think that's a ball.
Is that a ball or a strike? I don't know.
I think he called it. I think it's a ball.
Oh, it is a
1-1.
ball. Okay, he was showing the pitch was outside. I thought he was raising his arm for a strike. 1-1 the count now to Strom. Spauman at the set. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to the third baseman. He's got it. Throw to first. The ball game is over. So the Crabs come up with 1 base hit, but no runs in the 9th inning as Alex Spauman completes a shutout game. Only 2 hits for the Crabs, and the Studs win by a score of 3-0. 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Studs. The winning pitcher going all the way, Alex Spauman. The loser, the starter for Alex Troutner, who pitched very well, gave up only 2 earned runs in 7 innings. Dylan Campbell and Justin Berry both pitched shutout innings in relief, but the Crabs offense just could not get going at all against Spauman, and they fall to the studs this afternoon. That makes the Crabs' record on the season 9 wins and 3 losses as they head on to the road. The studs go to 12-2. Well, Benjamin, we saw a heck of a series.
We sure did, and we saw some great baseball, and we saw some great performances all the way around. So that was really a fun weekend here at the Arcata Ballpark. I'm going to miss the Crabs this week on the road. Kind of too bad they're taking off. But when they come back, it's crosstown rivals B-52s here in the park Tuesday and Wednesday night, and that's going to be some great baseball too.
That's going to be a week from Tuesday when the Crabs return to the Arcata Ballpark. We will be able to follow the Crabs, however, as they head into Healdsburg for contests Tuesday and Wednesday with the Healdsburg Prune Packers. And you can listen to Liam Werner broadcast those ball games on KGOE 1480 on your radio dial, and it will also be streamed on the internet. So, from our broadcasting buddy, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer, I'm Hoke Holcomb. We're rounding third and heading for home.